Welcome back to Chronicle. When it comes to affordable housing, why can't Central Florida generate enough of it? The need is certainly there.
It's one instance where the demand and the supply don't sync because of the economics. Amanda Dukes dives deeper into what it takes to get into the affordable housing business and some interesting examples of it being a success here in Central Florida.
On West Colonial Drive, an Orlando hotel with a troubled past is now the Colonial Gardens Apartments. Over 200 rooms have been converted to studio units, which have become a lifeline for renters like Gibran Casas.
We found this listing, and I was like, that can't be right. So
Casas is paying $750 a month for the 288-square-foot studio he shares with his 4-year-old son, Elias. It has a full kitchen, and the rent includes utilities and Wi-Fi. He says the small but affordable space allows him room in his budget to meet all of his son's needs.
It's a blessing. I wouldn't have been able to give him a lot of things that I'm able to give him.
Casas never dreamed he would struggle to pay for housing. The 32-year-old has a master's degree in environmental science and works full-time as a health inspector for the state. But he says as a single dad, his income level just can't keep up with Central Florida's soaring rents.
I would not be able to meet that burden of a normal one-bedroom.
According to the National Low-Income Housing Coalition, Orlando ranks second worst in the country when it comes to the affordable housing shortage. The median rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Metro Orlando in October was about $1,400, and for a two-bedroom, $1,650. That's a 6.5% increase over the same time last year, and over a 30% jump over what median rents were prior to the pandemic in 2019. The spike in housing costs means many Central Florida families are cost-burdened or paying more than 30% of their income for housing. In fact, according to the Florida Housing Coalition, more than half of renters in Orange, Osceola, Lake, and Volusia counties are paying 30%, 50%, up to 80% of their income solely on rent. It's not much better in Brevard, Marion, and Seminole counties, all where the stats hover well above 40% of take-home pay just covering rent. For Casas, that could mean not having enough money left over to pay for things such as getting to and from work, food, clothing, and health care.
You have a master's degree, you have a good full-time job working for the state, and yet it was a struggle for you to find an affordable place to live.
Oh, and if I lost this place, it would be a struggle. Absolutely.
Does something seem wrong with that?
I don't understand. It wasn't even... It's just skyrocketed. It used to be, for the prices they're charging for one bedrooms and studios, that used to be what two-bedroom apartments were going for.
The apartment Casas found is a creation of One Stop Housing based out of Sarasota. It's a for-profit company, but with a philanthropic mission.
To put a clean, safe, and affordable home or house over everyone who works.
Mark Vengroff is the managing partner of One Stop Housing. They've turned 3 hotels in Central Florida into affordable apartments, including their most recent project, the conversion of the old Ambassador Hotel on West Colonial into Palm Gardens. Vengroff says the demand for affordable units is higher than his company can meet.
Central Florida, we're getting over 150 phone calls every single day of good, hardworking individuals that are just looking for a place. And unfortunately, we just don't have enough inventory out there.
Vengroff says the majority of developers don't build affordable housing because it's difficult, if not impossible, to make a profit. He admits his company is fortunate to be in a financial position to be motivated as much by philanthropy as making money. As for how to get more affordable housing built, he's optimistic the deepening crisis is motivating both government and the private sector to take action.
Private enterprise is starting to jump in and participate in ways that they never did before by opening up a checkbook to acquire land, have someone like ourselves build those units for them, for their employees.
One example of the private sector getting involved is Catchlight Crossings. It's a joint project of Universal and developer Wendover Housing and is a 1,000-unit affordable housing community being built on 20 acres of land not far from Universal's planned Epic Resort. It'll offer a variety of affordable rents for households with incomes ranging from $20,000 a year all the way up to $70,000.
We've always had a need here in Central Florida.
Ryan Von Weller, the managing director of development for Wendover, says Wendover has been able to turn a profit building affordable housing by using tax credits or other government monies.
If you're not doing this particular business model, you're never going to be able to do truly affordable housing.
Von Weller says the government tax credits to build affordable housing are a finite resource and competitive to get. That's why Wendover is currently one of only about 10 developers building affordable housing projects in Florida. As a result, the demand exponentially outpaces the supply, and Wendover's projects like Heritage Village Commons, an affordable apartment complex for seniors in Longwood, was inundated with applicants before construction was done.
No matter how old you are, you still want that privacy, just that independence, living by yourself.
86-year-old Jerry Farmer needed to downsize from her home in Massachusetts and move closer to her son, but on a fixed income could only afford about $500 a month rent. Her unit at Hawthorne Park is around $850, and her son pays the difference. She's grateful to have found an affordable and safe home.
And it's quiet, clean. It's beautiful. I just love it here.
Both Farmer and Casas feel fortunate to have found affordable homes and hope more people can have the same luck. But the few developers who are building the housing admit it will take many years and lots of collaboration between government, business, and the community at large to meet the demand.